Hello and welcome to another night of the Jersey Shore Basketball League. Game 1 between the Intern Helpers and the WCT Warriors. Dan Yuzerski, Alec Kraushamel, and Alec. Intern coming off an impressive win last night. What do they need to do to get back in the win column tonight?
I mean, it's going to be keeping on doing the things that they were doing, getting the ball to the rack, finding some shooters, and playing some really good defense. They played tremendous defense in their last game. And WCT, another team that's been playing really well recently, started the season 0-2. They've won 2 straight games, so they're looking to get some momentum as well. These are 2 teams that are surging up that maybe some people maybe didn't expect to be close to the top of the league. We'll see who comes out on top tonight.
Let's take a look at our impact matchup. For Intern Helpers, it's got to be Ray Salnave.
Yeah, he was tremendous last night. He was hitting from 3. He was getting to the basket. Definitely the best guy on the floor for Intern Helpers. I'm sure he's going to be the go-to guy. I mean, don't see James stand back here just yet. There's a chance it could come in a little bit. But without him, if they're missing him, it's going to be all more important for Salnave to be on his top game tonight.
And the guy that's probably going to be guarding him, Janoop Dobal.
Yeah, he is another one of those guys that Monmouth is able to get a lot of tools and a lot of length and a lot of fun to watch, really. He can pull up. He's a great athlete as well. So it's going to be a really fun matchup between Monmouth's past and present/future.
This should be a fun one as we turn the camera over to the Intern Helpers and the WCT Warriors. Game number 1 last night. Some interesting games, especially in that later one as WCT controls the tip. It's Andre Wells slicing to the basket. Layup is good off the glass, and very quickly WCT leads 2-0.
I mean, he can just get to the basket in a flash. We know how good he is off the dribble, and getting to the rim, that's his specialty.
Turning around and getting that one up and not able to go. And here's a rebound, put back, shot is good. That one from Leon Daniels. He knocks down their first shot of the game, for his first shot of the game, and Intern leads 3-2 after the initial miss from Ray Salnave.
Yeah, without stand back, it might be on Leon Daniels, who can also do a lot of similar things that stand back can. He can create his own shot. He has a lot of great length on the perimeter, so that might be the guy to fill in.
As Ahmad Biggins gets to the basket and counted it as well. He's got one more at the lineup coming as Savoy picks up the foul. Charles Funchess also getting the nod tonight for the WCT Warriors, a former conference defensive player of the year while at Hampton, as Ahmad Biggins knocks down that one, and it's a 6-2 lead. Here's Janoop Dobal, transferred to Monmouth, and he's going to drive, and shot does not go, but he's fouled.
And like I said before, we were talking about in the open, Abdi Bashir last year, Janoop Dobal this year. Guys who have a lot of length, got to put on some weight to get stronger, but a lot of length and a lot of excitement. Dobal just used the crossover there and got past his man. They got the foul on Emmett Hall down low at the basket, so a lot of fun to watch for Dobal. We'll see what he can do tonight.
He's an exciting player, and Monmouth is going to be excited about him. They get him, and him defensively alongside Jack Collins can cause problems for many teams in the CAA in the upcoming season. Here's Daniels. Feeds to the corner. Salnave had 30 last night and misses another scoop layup there. He's 0 for 2 to start tonight. Here's Savoy leading the charge. Finds Quinn Peters. Here's Wells. Dobal tries from deep and knocks it down. Gives WCT another lead, and here comes Intern the other way. It's Salnave. Monmouth on Monmouth as a 3 is up and no good. Rebound WCT. That one from Noah Harris. Here's Savoy. He'll try, and too strong on a 3. Here's Daniels. WCT wanted to carry as Daniels bumping his way down on Wells, and Wells tipped it out of bounds, so it sticks with Intern Helpers. Quick start.
Yeah, carry, not a call you see too often. I think it could have been applicable in that situation.
Here's Salnave, 0 for his first 2 and misses his 3rd straight. Rebounded by Daniels. His putback no good. He gets another chance, and that one falls. Daniels' persistence at the rim pays off, and it's 8-7 in Intern Helpers. Here's Wells. That quick burst to the rim. Layup is good. There might not be a faster dribbler in the league than Andre Wells, as Harris takes it back the other way for Intern Helpers. Feeds inside. Emmett Hall gets that one to go. Had trouble finishing last night, didn't have trouble there. Here's Quinn Peters, corner three, no. Rebound Savoy. He'll pass out to Mercado, who's denied at the rim by Emmett Hall. It was actually Zion Marsh as a three for Salnave is no good. He's 0 for 4 and then turns it over. Peters on the break, lost it. It'll stay with Intern helpers as they get it back. Here's Daniels. Finds Salnave. All the way up to Harris. He'll try a deep three-pointer. Left it short off the front of the iron. Fight for the rebound. Lands with Savoy, and then WCT can finally clear as Quinn Peters coming at the rim. No. Rebounded by Noah Harris. Harris kicks. It's Biggins now back up top to Leon Daniels. Hall comes to set the screen. Daniels, left wing three, no. Rebound in the corner by Biggins. Tries to save it, he does. Gets it to Harris, who couldn't lay it in. Rebounded by Dobal. He'll drive to the top of the key. He'll try a spot-up three-pointer, no. Off the side of the rim. Rebounded by Salnave with this pace. Probably not going to be able to continue, but it's gone furious so far. Salnave getting to the rim, shot off the glass, is good. Wanted a foul as well, but he extends the lead to 3.
Yeah, good to see him get in rhythm. I mean, he got going from the jump last night. It took him a little bit so far tonight. We'll see if he can build off of it.
Here's Savoy driving, off the glass and in. It's an interesting matchup right now with the small playing the big guy for Intern helpers being Hall as there's a foul. That'll send Daniels to the line, but the tallest guy right now on WCT is Dobal, who's, you'd say maybe 6'8" at the tallest.
Yeah, they're definitely playing small so far. I mean, you got guys like Zion Marsh and as well as Ryan Savoy who can play forward, but they're not really one to match up with the size of Hall.
As Daniels hits the first. As that one goes for Daniels. Both of them go at the line. It's 14-11. Here's Wells. Thought about the three. 5:36 to play in the first, and good hands inside by Daniels, preventing an easy ball bucket.
This is an Intern helpers team that plays really hard defensively. I mean, we see how much they've improved. They already have 2 more wins this year than last year. A lot of that's on the defensive end.
Here's Dobal, spins, kicks out. Peters, he'll try a three, and that one off the back of the rim, no good. Daniels is going to pick up the pace. That's actually Biggins' foul line jumper, no good. Kick out. Harris after the rebound is pure. And the largest lead of this quarter for Intern helpers, they lead by 6. As the ball quickly down the lane, are they going to count it? No.
And we can see the electricity that Dubal brings. He's just able to get downhill. He's got to work. His handle is still developing, but he has the athleticism to keep with it.
As the ball fires from deep, no good. Here's another chance. It's a deep three-pointer. Shot no good. High arcing rebound. Controlled by the Intern helpers. That was Daniels. All the way up top. Biggins thought about the three. Drives inside. Kicks to the corner. Salnave. No. Rebound Peters. But again, another second chance opportunity for the Intern helpers. They're starting to pile up in this quarter. Here's Andre Wells. Slices. Now drives back out. He'll try a corner three. No good, but he's fouled. So he'll have 3 free throws coming up after the break. First game of this JSBL doubleheader. The Intern helpers leading by 6. Andre Wells at the line for 3. 4:30 to play here in this first quarter. Dan Uzerski, Alec Krauthamel. If I told you at the halfway point of this first quarter, as Wells knocks down the first free throw, that the Intern Helpers would be up by multiple possessions and Ray Salnave was 1 for 5, I think you take that as a total win if you're the Intern Helpers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, even to be up with Salnave struggling anyways, that'd
well.
be really impressive to be up anyways. But, yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of the effort plays. I mean, without Hall in the lineup, they don't have a ton of size, so it's mostly even in terms of that battle for these two teams. And the fact that Intern is winning that rebounding battle, it's a lot of effort. That's what it is.
And they might not. They play as hard as any team in the league is. Here comes Daniels. Down the lane. Scoop layup is good. Nice shot that's actually Ahmad Biggins. Him and Daniels with the numbers look very similar. As Savoy to the line, knocks it down. Pure jumper from Savoy.
Yeah, he's really good in that mid-range area, just pulling up, even on the move as well. He's really strong in that area.
Here's Salnave, 7 for 11 from 3. Kicks out Harris from the corner, knocks it down. From the right wing, and it's a 22-16 game. Here's Wells driving in, layup off the glass, no. Tip in from Marsh, no as well. And who's it off of? It's off of Marsh. Brandon Alexander will check in for Biggins, who's played excellent so far. Griffin Lindstra will check in for Quinn Peters. Here's Noah Harris. He'll try another three-pointer, and that one halfway down and out. Fight for the rebound, controlled by Alexander. Kick out, Daniels 3, knocks it down. And celebrates a little bit after. It's 25-16 Intern Helpers. Here's Dobal, trying to come back, stolen and controlled, saved. Intern gets the turnover. Excellent trial there. Here comes Harris, spins, kicks to the corner, and that one's stolen by Savoy. Back and forth we go. Savoy 3, knocks it down. That's a huge bucket for WCT there.
Yeah, it seemed like things might have started to slip away a little bit, but that's definitely will help get the momentum back into it.
As Salnave's fouled on his drive attempt.
WCT foul charge number 5, Zayon Marsh. That's his second, team's third. At the line for Intern.
It'll be Salnave with 32 points last night. But what really makes it unbelievable is that he was 7 for 11 from downtown.
Yeah, really efficient. He just found his spots, picked them really well.
As Tim Jambala checks in for Marsh. You'll never forget that game Jambala had last year when they upset Ortho, New Jersey to get to the semifinals. He was as good as anyone in that game as Wells. Drives, kick, Savoy in the corner. He's going to step back out. Pass inside Jambala, his first touch. Going on Alexander, spins and throws it away.
Yeah, I'll definitely say, I mean, granted, this is only my second year here, but that game between Ortho and WCT last year, definitely the best game that I've seen here.
It's going to be one of the classic games of the modern JSBL as Biggins kicks to the corner. For Haddon, Haddon drives off the glass and in. So Jameer Haddon scores his first points of the night. Here's Wells. Spent some time at Brookdale, takes a long two, no rebound. Savoy in a crowd, drives, and was fouled. I think they're going to rule that on the floor. Yeah, there's going to be a side out. Haddon picks up his first foul. Noticeably different in terms of how many both teams have in this first game. As Dobal fires from deep and cans it. Janoop Dobal answers with a huge three-pointer, cuts the lead to 7. Leon Daniels to answer back, no. Dobal the rebound. Here he comes down the lane. Steps back. Janoop Dobal driving, lost it. Here comes Ahmad Biggins to the rim. No rebound. He gets it back and puts it in off the glass.
Yeah, intern helpers just been able to put more guys near the basket for rebounding purposes, and they've gotten a ton of second opportunities.
Offensive foul. They're going to call Wells on a charge. Daniels takes it, and this quarter has been thoroughly dominated by the intern helpers. Here's Biggins to the rim, lays it in. Double-digit lead, 33-22.
Watching him and Wells go at it's been so fun to watch. They're both getting the best of each other on a lot of these drives.
As the ball rises, fires, couldn't hit. It'll be Alexander taking it back, and then he tried to thread the needle and threw it right to Wells. 2-on-1. Lindstrom lays it in off the glass. And every time it feels like the intern helpers are going to keep going and building the lead, they make a turnover like that. 50 seconds to play here in this first. Biggins to the lane, feeds Alexander. He'll try from the left wing, couldn't knock it down. Rebounded out to Biggins, and then stolen by Wells. Wells with a man to beat, drives, knocked out of bounds by the intern helpers. But I tell you, they do not take a possession off. 35.6 to play here in quarter number one. Nice pass inside. Lindstrom lays it in. Great court vision by Wells with 30 seconds to play here in this first half.
Yeah, it looked like a bit of a defensive miscommunication. One of the rare ones that we see from this intern helpers team, and great job by Lindstrom slipping right to the basket and putting it in.
He's looked good in the minutes that they've given him so far. 33-26, the score. Here's Salnave, mid-range, no. A rebound, John Bala. He's going to kick out to Wells. They can hold for the final shot. Wells lobs it up to Dobal, who lays it in, and the foul. He was trying to bring the roof off this place, yet settles for an and one.
I did not see Dubois coming off the roll. I'm not really sure where he came from, but Andre Wells saw him, and that was all that mattered. Definitely a bit of a dangerous play there as he kind of got undercut a little bit, but glad he's okay. Knocks it down, and he'll get another free throw.
And he completes the old-fashioned three-point play. They got to get it in. They get it to Salnave. Salnave couldn't. Whoa, they're going to rule a travel. Tried to huck it up, but couldn't get it to go. And in a quarter that was seemingly dominated by the intern helpers, they only trail by 4. They only lead by 4. We'll be right back with the start of the second quarter after this. Welcome back to the start of the second quarter here, JSPL. Dan Uzerski, Alec Krauthamel as Leon. That's actually a 3 from Jameer Haddon and extends lead to 7. But before that, for the way WCT and the intern helpers played, for them to only be down 4 going into the second quarter, and now as Peters knocks down a 3 is a huge win.
Yeah, I thought they ended that quarter on a really Well, I thought they ended that quarter really well. The ball movement was working. They got on the break and set up some good opportunities. They got to the basket, which is what they weren't able to do in that first quarter for a lot of it.
Daniels flips. Haddon. That's a travel. You know, I saw it the first time. It looked like maybe they got it tipped, but they'll call it travel. But the big thing is, you notice, 18-9, the rebound advantage in that first quarter as well. As kicks to Peters. We'll finish the thought about the rebounding in a second. Here's Doball at the top of the key. Pulls up from deep and couldn't knock it down. Another rebound for the Intern helpers. This one grabbed by Charles Funches. Here's Biggins. Feeds Haddon. Now Funches, first touch tonight. On the offensive end, puts one up. Shot no good, but a foul. And we can finish that thought. The rebounding advantage in that first quarter, huge discrepancy.
Yeah, they have the size to really compete on the defensive glass and the offensive glass as well. They've also just been swarming it. It's been a really nice effort, and we could see Josh Peters, the WCT head coach, trying to emphasize rebounding, just get to the boards and try to get something, but Intern has done a great job of it so far tonight.
As Funches' first one goes.
Re-entering the game for the Intern helpers, number 22, Noah Harris. He replaces Emmett Hall.
Noah Harris comes in for Emmett Hall. So even with this size disadvantage, they're trying to play a little bit small tonight. As Funches misses the second one, and finally WCT grabs the board. Lynchster able to come away with it. He's going to take it up here. Got a wide open lane to the rack. Feeds Peters wide open right corner. No. I like the idea, but execution wasn't there. They swing it to the corner to his Intern. Alexander Funches dumping it down low for Haddon to lay it in.
Once again, great ball movement from Intern. They got the cutter. Haddon just laid it up and then beat his man and got to the basket.
Here's Wells. Jitterbug to the rack it goes. Wow. How did he get that to go? Here's Funches. Easy drive to the basket and a foul on Marsh.
Again, they've just been able to put more pressure on the rim than WCT's been able to. And it's really paid off not only in terms of getting to the basket and scoring and rebounding, but also getting to the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 from the line in the first quarter. I believe 7 of 7 now so far. And WCT 6 of 6.
Yeah. The other thing you want to point out is Marsh just picked up his third foul with 8:02 in the second as Savoy comes back in for Janoop Doball. Funches has another one, and he missed them both. Wells will take it up. Gonna drive inside, kick out, and him and Lynchster weren't quite on the same page. As the former Intern helper, Thomas Menegas, checks in for Zayon Marsh. Crazy for Menegas, you know, he goes from a team that hasn't won all year to a team that now might have a better record than the current team he's on now. As a long pass to Biggins from Haddon. Biggins thought about the threes, drives inside, stops, feeds to the corner. That would have been a 2 for Haddon, who drives in, throws a wild shot up, and then they call a foul.
And once again, they're just able to use the advantages that get off the switches and go straight to the basket. And on Andre Wells, that's second foul for him. It's not really in too much of foul trouble. You get 6 fouls, but you don't love having 2 fouls 3 minutes into the second quarter.
Re-entering
As that first one goes.
the game for the Intern helpers is Leon Daniels.
Leon Daniels comes back in for Alexander. 7:30 to play here in this first half, second quarter. And that one goes. So 41-34 the score. Here's Menegas in the corner with 7:26 to play. Wells is going to drive in. It's actually Savoy, turn around. That one denied. Trying to save it was Lynchstra, but he couldn't. And Intern forces another turnover. They do not take a playoff defensively.
No, they definitely don't. It's just all aggression. They swarm to the ball. They go attack every screen. They're just able to get there.
As another attack here. Funches turns around, puts one up, no good. Fight for the rebound on the floor. Menegas able to dive on it, and they're going to call a jump ball.
Yeah, nice job by Menegas diving for it. He wasn't really involved in the play at that moment, but he saw the ball come his way. He just got to it and went after it. He almost won that battle as well.
I think he did, but
He'll also
poorly timed whistle for him.
Yeah, he'll also have an advantage on the jump, having the size advantage over Ahmad Biggins.
But be careful. Biggins can jump. What do you got here?
I'll get Menegas.
And he tipped it, but he tipped it right to the intern helpers as Daniels fires up on a three and can't connect. Funches has it, gives it. Harris, three, no. Rebound, Daniels, put back, no! Rebound all the way out to Biggins, who spots up on a three and knocks it down. How many chances will they get? Intern killing them with the second chances. They lead by 10.
Yeah, if there's any possession that is an indicator of this game so far, it was that one.
As Menegas spots up on a three and can't hit.
They're just able to get to all the 50-50 balls, especially on the glass, and it's worked out really well. They've gotten a ton of extra opportunities, even if the first one isn't falling.
As Biggins slices through, beats the double, and lays it in with the left hand. That was impressive. Wells with the largest lead of the night for the intern helpers. Here's Savoy. Maybe should have spotted up there. Drives inside instead. Spots up from the corner. No. Rebound. Menegas had it for a second. It goes to Quinn Peters. He throws it out to Wells, who will drive inside with 10 to shoot. Puts one up. No good. Rebounded by Funches. A chance to extend the lead. Funches kicks to the corner for Daniels, who drives inside, lays it up. Scoop no good, but he was fouled, and he's got two at the line.
And that possession at the rim, the chance, it was made by the fact that Funches realized that nobody was really picking him up. It was only Andre Wells over there, and he was still guarding his assignment at guard. Just went over, got the ball, went straight to the basket, and passed it over to Daniels, who, once again, off the switch, didn't really have someone guarding him close, just went straight to the basket and is getting rewarded with free throws. They've just been taking advantage of the mismatches, and WCT's been a half a step slow to the ball so far tonight.
Oh, as Daniels couldn't hit on the first. And you don't normally see, depending on the game, this kind of effort, but there's going to be an easy case for who's going to be the most improved team this year. Last year you saw it with Arcade. They got some pros. They finally were able to break out of that mid-tier shadow as Daniels missed them both. Menegas the rebound, but the intern helpers didn't win a game last year. There were a lot of nights where they were embarrassed out of the building as Wells lays it in. But this year, they are one of the more fun teams to watch. As they kick it, corner, Daniels open, shot fake, drives, puts one up, wild shot won't go. Wells with a chance to try to cut into this lead to make it single digits. Menegas gets the ball, has it stolen from him. It was Haddon. Here's Harris. Oh, what a block by Savoy, but they're going to call a goaltend.
Yeah, he was just a half a step too late on that one, as just barely went out the backboard. Love the effort from Savoy, but just a little bit late on that one.
The fact that he even got to that, though,
yeah, that was impressive.
Was incredible. So Harris gets the scored basket. Here's Savoy. Step up three, no. Rebound controlled by WCT. Here comes the cutting Savoy, who's fouled. And he'll got two at the line.
We're seeing Quinn Peters right place, right time for a couple of these offensive boards, trying to get back in this game and set up some more opportunities.
Last night, as there's a timeout on the floor, we'll finish that point after the timeout halfway through the second quarter. JSBL action, game number 1 on the stream. Schlittler's throwing 93-mile-an-hour sliders as we welcome you back. Hot mic moment. As Savoy's got 2 at the free throw line, knocks down the first. Talking about Cam Schlittler, who is making his major league debut tonight for the New York Yankees, and we're all Yankee fans up here, but man, I wish I could throw a 93-mile-an-hour slider.
I wish I could throw anything at 93 miles an hour.
Yeah. As Savoy hits them both. I mean, imagine being able to make you're making your big league debut and you're doing it on the same mound that the great Mariano Rivera once pitched on. As Biggins drives off the glass, no. Menegas gets the rebound for a second, saved by Intern. Here's Leon Daniels. Feeds up top. Harris with no ball on him. Thought about the 3. Steps back. Tries it from the top and airballs. So it's a shot clock violation.
Nice defense by WCT there. Even though they gave up another offensive rebound, they, I guess, rebounded, for lack of a better term, on that possession.
I like the pun.
Yeah, they stayed in front, and then they forced a tough shot at the buzzer.
WCT, for all that's gone wrong for them, they're only down by 10. Could easily make a run as Menegas' turnaround jumper doesn't fall. It'll be Intern again as they get Hall getting ready to check back in. This Intern Helpers team is as good of an offensive rebound team as there is right now. Here's Funchess driving in and a whistle and a travel. Looked like, no, they're going to get a foul, so that'll send Funchess to the line. So last night, if you look at it this way, the Intern Helpers had, from Biggins, they had 1 offensive rebound. They had 9 from Emmett Hall at 17. They had 1 from Harris, 3 from Salnave, and 1 from Standback. So you add all those up, that amalgamates to 15. As Funchess makes the first, and Salnave checks back in. When you're getting 15 offensive rebounds in a game, and they might have the same amount right now, you're going to win.
I mean, they had 10 in the first quarter alone, and they've only added to that total since. So they'll definitely, I think they'll outpace that number just in the first half tonight. But I think a part of it is that the guys with size have played really well. They have the advantage, but they've also played better on the rebounding edge.
As well as trying to get something. Euros to the lane and lays it off the glass and in. Keeping them in this game right now. They're only down by 10. Funchess feeds. Haddon, 3, no. And for once, a defensive rebound. They get it into Menegas. He flips it, corner, dough ball, fakes the shot. Now has it on the left wing. Passes up top. Menegas fakes the 3, feeds Wells, sets the screen. Wells, step back triple. They need it, and they got it. What a 3-pointer for Andre Wells. Cuts the lead to single digits. It's a 7-point game.
Yeah, this WCT team has a lot of really talented shot makers. Wells, chief among them, with his ability to get off the dribble and get to the basket.
Here's Salnave, creates his own shot and couldn't handle it. Rebounded by Dobal, almost lost it out of bounds. Here's Wells, driving into the lane, turns around, looking for somewhere to go, throws it to Peters. Might have been intended for Dobal. Here's Savoy. Thought about the 3, drives in, ball bangs off his knee, rebound and a turnover. And then Daniels threw it out of bounds, but they say it stays with Intern.
I believe that was Charles Funchess that timed that poke attempt really well. Just perfect timing, got it off his knee, got the bounce, and now an opportunity.
As Salnave takes it up, drives in, puts it in, feeds. Oh, nice feed inside. It's Daniels who benefits from the nice passing.
Yeah, 2 great passes there. First in the air, Daniels, and then kicked it down to Haddon.
Peters open look, left wing, no good. And they're going to get a hold, and that's going to send Funchess back to the free throw line.
Yeah, a little bit too much fouling here in this second quarter. They were already in the bonus a couple minutes ago, and now they're only adding to that. Every foul is going to put them at the free throw line.
It'll be Charles Funchess at the line, who will be shooting 2 shots. For the Intern Helpers, number 21, Brandon Alexander.
Brandon Alexander checks back in for Haddon. So Funchess at the line. Funchess' last known college basketball season was 2009-2010. This is going to make me feel old. 2010 was 15 years ago.
I was in the 2nd grade.
I was in 1st. Here's Savoy. Drives in, feeds Menegas, lost it out of bounds, and it goes back to the Intern Helpers. Minute 53 to play in the first half.
We're seeing some of those defensive instincts that made Funchess conference defensive player of the year down in Hampton in his playing days. I mean, great job there just walling up and forcing the turnover. And he's, like we mentioned, got a steal or two in there as well.
And for the veteran that Funchess is, he's in phenomenal shape. As Salnave wide open for 3, finally gets one to fall from beyond the arc, and the lead's up to 13. 90 seconds to play in this first half. Here's Wells, who's been the only offensive threat, and he continues somehow getting that layup to fall.
He's just able to get shots up at any angle at the rim. It's really impressive.
He's cut the lead to 11. Here's Salnave, maybe trying to find some confidence, and that one won't inspire much. Here's Savoy, drives, kicks, Menegas drives, and couldn't finish, but Dobal cleans up on the boards and puts it back in.
In the first quarter, we saw a pretty solid run from WCT to end it, to stay within an arm's length. Let's see if they can do the same here in the second.
Here's Harris. Scratched at Daniels, lost it. Dobal comes away with the steal. Here he comes. Pulls up from 3 in the transition, left it short, and Salnave runs up to the rebound. 2-on-1 now for Intern. Here's Daniels driving in, going up with the right. Couldn't get it to go, barely, but he's fouled and he's got 2 at the line.
They're going to get Menegas. I believe that's his 2nd or 3rd. We'll get confirmation in a second. It's only second. All right, it's not that bad, but we're seeing a couple of these guys on WCT pick up multiple fouls in the first half, and especially a guy like Menegas who's there to be someone who can provide the size. Him and John Bala both are kind of the bigs for WCT tonight.
Well, I think this what you're seeing right now is guys that are in college, a little bit less experienced against guys. I mean, all of Intern Helpers are pro players. A lot of these guys have played pro or are so far out of basketball from college that their experience, and it makes a difference.
It really does. I mean, that's what they didn't have last year. A lot of guys that didn't have that same experience. That's what has been a big part of their success.
And somehow Wells got to the rack and couldn't finish. Salnave feeds. Funchess threw it away. Dobal overran it, able to keep it. Wells feeds. Peters wide open. They need it. He airballed it. Savoy the rebound, couldn't put it back in. That one was blocked by the Intern Helpers. It stays with Peters. They feed Wells. Corner 3. Got it! He has kept them in this game. So 5 seconds to go. Intern, do they have a shot in them? Salnave's got to put it up. Does he get it to go? He does at the buzzer.
That was really nice from Salnave, knowing the situation. Found himself in the corner, got straight to the basket and put up a good look and hit it off the backboard.
Halftime at the Jersey Shore. Intern Helpers leading by 10. Start of the second half, Dan Yuzerski, Alec Krauthamel with the intern helpers up by 10, trying to sweep their week. And the reason they've been so good tonight, and probably should be up by more, is their ability to offensive rebound and force turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, they had 15 offensive rebounds in the first half. Half of their rebounds were on the offensive end. You don't see that too often.
As there's a whistle and going to wave off. I don't know if they're going to wave off the basket.
Oh, no, they're going to count.
They're going to count it.
The official originally waved it off and then decided to count it.
So Wells picks up a foul. And speaking of Andre Wells, the reason WCT is only down by 10 right now is because Andre Wells has gone nuclear in the first half.
Yeah, 21 points, 8 of 12 from the floor. That's the biggest thing. He's been able to stay efficient, remarkably efficient, while also being the heavy usage guy that he usually is for WCT.
He is as good of a scorer of anyone in this league as Dobal. Drives inside, kicks out, and a travel. Dobal turns it over. He had 13 in that first half, as here's Ahmad Biggins. He had 14, and now he's got 16 after that basket. He has been awesome tonight.
He really has. He's been able to get downhill. He's just been able to win the defensive matchup against Andre Wells. I mean, Wells has been so good offensively himself that it's kind of been a wash, but he has been really good offensively tonight.
Here's Savoy trying to get inside. Funchess wouldn't have any of it. Kick out Wells. Drives, kicks, threw it out of bounds. Who's it off of? It's off of WCT. Another turnover.
Yeah, a little bit too much mustard on that pass to Savoy. A little bit too high as well with the shot clock winding down.
Here's Biggins slicing to the rim. Lays it up with the right hand. 18 for Biggins. And the lead has grown to 17 on a 7-0 run in the first minute of the second half. Here's Savoy. Drives in. Shot off the glass. Good. And one.
It's a good way to stop that run, Savoy. Getting straight downhill to the basket. Savoy is going to need to be a big piece if WCT wants to get back into this game. He's got 11 points now on the night, also 6 rebounds. And he's one of those guys that can kind of be a really good secondary piece on offense. He can create his own shot. He can spot up. He can get to the basket. Really one of those nice secondary guys next to Wells and Dubal, obviously.
Now up to 12 after that free throw. Yeah, as right away inside, Haddon's able to finish. And just when you think it could maybe turn, Intern gets a quick basket as here's a shot for Marsh from the corner. No. Rebound on the floor. Peters grabs it, lays it in, and gets the foul as well. Right place, right time for Quinn Peters. He's got one more upcoming at the line.
Yeah, the shot hasn't really been falling for him. Only 2 for 8 now from the floor, now with 5 points. But he has 3 offensive rebounds now. He did a really good job of getting after it on the offensive glass late in that second quarter, and he's continuing it in the third. As
he hits the third point of the old-fashioned one. And sometimes the ball finds you, and sometimes you find the ball. Well, the ball has found him tonight. As easy pass inside to Emmett Hall, who finishes.
Dubal had some bad intentions trying to block that one away, but good job by Hall just sealing him out and getting the basket.
Intern perfect from the floor in the second half. They have 11 points in the first 2 minutes as Wells flicks one up and off the glass and in. He's got 23. And a lead down to 13. They need to stop here, though. You can't win if you can't stop. As Funchess off the glass, no good, and there's their stop. Savoy picks up the rebound. Here comes Dobal, and they turn it over right away. Here's Leon Daniels. And he gets it back. It's Haddon off the glass. No, Daniels picks up the rebound. Trying to find somewhere to go. Puts one up himself. No good. And Dobal almost lost the rebound out of bounds. Both teams sloppy with the ball to open up this second half. As Wells off the glass and in. Cuts it to 11.
He just kind of hung in the air on that one and was able to get to his spot, just fire it up. He has been excellent offensively getting to the basket.
Cutting the lead down to 11. Here's Leon Daniels working on Janoop Dobal. Emmett Hall comes up to set the screen. He's got the mismatch with Peters. He's going to drive in, kick. Funchess in the corner. Now takes it to the wing and a shot clock violation.
I guess they didn't realize that the shot clock was winding down. It didn't seem like there was a whole lot of...
Did they reset the shot clock?
I thought so. I assume so, because it usually is reset. But I guess Just wasn't able to get that one up in time. Just kind of lost track of it.
As the ball down the lane, the two-handed flush.
Woo, we've been waiting to see him pull one of those out. He just hasn't been able to get fully downhill on his own. That time he did, and he made him pay with the two-hand slam. That's what he brings to the table athletically.
And WCT's cut it to 9. Outscoring them 12-11. Here's Daniels looking for somewhere to go. It's Biggins. He finds Daniels in the corner and couldn't knock it down. That was 3/4 of the way down and rimmed out. Unfriendly iron tonight. Here's Peters. Open look up top, and he airballed the 3, but right there for the rebound and putback. Savoy missed the first, got the second, and able to finish on the third chance.
Yeah, WCT definitely doing a much better job on the boards, especially in the offensive end so far in this one.
Here's Haddon, lost the ball, and they turn it over. And Noah Harris will check in for Emmett Hall. And this was a 17-point game 2 minutes ago. So it's a 10-point run in 2 minutes, and the intern helpers are going to take a timeout. We will take one with them with 5:53 to play here in the third quarter. WCT with the ball. 5:50 to play here in this third quarter. Danny Zerski, Alec Crouthamel. This game was trending towards a blowout, but WCT continuing to weather the storm. And just as I say that, they almost turn it over. It finds Savoy, and he lays it in. The lead's down to 5.
Yeah, Savoy has been the leader and bringing some great energy in this third quarter. Obviously, Wells the leading scorer, but Savoy has been kind of the spark plug to the run that they've been able to go on to cut into this lead.
It's a 12-point run. Here is Haddon inside. He feeds. Harris couldn't finish. Daniels, that was. Here comes WCT. Wells, jitterbug to the lane, throws it to the corner. Peters, 3, no. Rebounded by Funchess. Here's Leon Daniels. Funchess sets the screen. He's going to drive in, put one up off the glass, no good. But a foul, and that'll take us to another timeout with the intern helpers leading by 5. But it is a good point. As we welcome you back, another hot mic moment. Danny Zersky, Alec Kraus-Hamill. It's Funches at the line. He knocks down the first.
I guess the audience will never know what the good point was.
I'll just tell you right now. We're talking about why minor league stadiums. Because Cam Schlittler got porched. As that one doesn't go. Rebound by Marsh. Minor league stadiums should have the same dimensions as the affiliated teams' major league stadiums, as Savoy missed from point-blank range, but WCT able to get the ball back as Intern couldn't control the rebound. So Wells to inbound under the basket. Here's Dobal. Spinning inside, laying it up off the glass. No. Rebound in a crowd. Ends with Leon Daniels. Here's Noah Harris. Transition three. Harris. No. Rebound tipped into the hands of Wells. Here's Lindstra. Waiting. Finds Wells. Drives. Kicks. Shot no good. Rebound. Blocked out of bounds, and it'll stay. Actually, it will go to the Intern helpers.
Yeah, Andre Wells, I think, was trying to do a little bit too much there with the reverse, but it's worked out for him all night long, so I can see why. But great defense by, I believe that was Funches there to just swat it away.
He's been awesome tonight. Here's Daniels. Shot no good with a foul. I don't know about that one. That looked pretty clean to me, but
yeah, I think he might have reached a little bit as Daniels was going up with the shot.
so Daniels goes to the line, a chance to extend the lead to 8 as John Bala getting ready to check in. Daniels, his first shot goes. He's got one more at the line. Daniels had 14 in that first half. And that one, the rim on the left side of the court tonight has not been friendly. Here's Dobal. Feeds the cutting Lindstra, who cut too far. They get it to Wells in the corner, and that one tipped out of bounds by Haddon. Jameer Haddon. Here's Savoy. And they're going to get a foul on the floor. That's not the foul you want to commit. Third foul on the Intern helpers, and that one thrown off of Intern. It's a kickball. Wells gets it to John Bala, who gets it right back to Wells. He'll drive, kick, and a turnover. Here's Daniels running the floor. Gets inside onto a ball, couldn't finish. Gets his own miss. Feeds. And a wild high shot, no good, and a rebound controlled by WCT. That was Alexander on the miss. Here's Wells. Nice feed inside. John Bala just got the finish. Woo.
That was a great setup by Wells, too. I mean, he had a bit of an advantage on the perimeter with Funches guarding him as a big, but then on the switch, nobody found John Bala. Wells was able to see him wide open down low. That was not an easy pass either, and he threaded the needle perfectly.
Excellent basketball on that offensive possession. Here's Noah Harris. Feeds. And then a layup goes after the pass from Daniels to Funches. Here's Andre Wells. Kicks. Lindstra, Wells wide open, takes a dribble, and hit the side of the backboard on a three. Oh, nice pass to Daniels, who gets it back to Alexander, who was too strong, laying it up off the glass with the left hand. Lindstra kicks. Savoy. Shot fake, feeds inside to Griffin. Lindstra back out. Wells fakes. Lindstra, ball tipped in the lane and stolen by Intern. Here's Harris. Actually, Leon Daniels down the lane. And the finish with the right hand. The ball pulls from deep and cans it. He got a high five from Harris after that on a deep three-pointer. Here's a deep three. What an answer for Jameer Haddon. The ball lost it. Another turnover. as Haddon misses on the layup. The ball, Wells, ball pass tipped, stolen by Harris. They get it into Haddon, who lost the ball. Daniels comes away with it.
Good job by Daniels of slowing it down. I think these teams are playing a little bit too fast, and I think that was a bit of a take foul by Wells. These two teams are playing a little bit too fast for their own good right now. Could use a second to slow it down just a little bit.
You don't say. My goodness, up and down they go. And they don't stop. Here's Haddon driving in and finishing at the rim. 82-71. And a treat in this first game. Here's Doe Ball. Drive, step back, feeds Wells, extra pass Savoy. He drives in, puts one up, denied at the rim. That was Alexander and Salnave. And then it's Salnave to steal, and they're going to call a foul. What a defensive play. Who are they going to get on the foul? They'll get Salnave. His third. So next foul will put Intern in the penalty. Here's Doe Ball, rises, fires, and hits on a three.
He is so quick at getting that three ball up, and he's confident from shooting from anywhere. I know this is very high praise for a comparison, but he kind of reminds me of kind of like an Ace Bailey light type player.
You're right. Harris lost it for a second. They get it back. Here's Alexander. Here's Haddon. Haddon drives on a three. No. Short off the front of the iron. Here's John Bala on a mission. Feeds, Wells, drives, kick. Savoy, he'll rise, fire, and couldn't knock it down. Long rebound, caroms out to Noah Harris, who drives with a head of steam down the lane, lost it. It goes back to Haddon, now out to Alexander. They can hold for the final shot. I don't think they want to, as Alexander down the lane and denied. It'll stay with the Intern helpers, but an emphatic block by Doe Ball.
Once again, WCT playing some really solid basketball to close the quarters. That's why they're kind of staying within reach here. Intern's been playing really well within the in-between, but WCT's winning the end.
They get it into Salnave, and Salnave smartly draws a three-point foul.
Yeah, smart veteran play by Salnave. Got Lindster in the air, just kind of leaned in just a little bit, drew the contact, and he'll have a chance to add to from the free throw line, make this back to a double-digit lead.
Salnave misses on the first. He's not been as efficient tonight, but defensively is where he's made his impact. Knocks down the second.
Wasn't that supposed to be 3 free throws? I guess
not.
nobody else realized it. I guess that was just
Here's
me.
Doe Ball at the buzzer. No. I thought they said 3 as well.
Is that just me? Am I going crazy?
I think
Either
I'm
way.
going crazy too. That's what happens when you're up here every night.
Yeah,
as we head to the fourth quarter of game number 1, and the WCT Warriors trailing by 9. Intern looking for their second win of the week. Start of the fourth quarter. Dan Yuzerski, Alec Krauthamel in game number 1. We're going to have a little switcheroo for game number 2. As Dobal gets to the foul line, feeds inside to Lindstrom, who turns around off the glass with the right hand. That was a pure-looking jumper.
Yeah, Lindstrom is at his best in that kind of in-between game, the 6 to 10 foot range. We know he hit so many shots for Manasquan in this gym as well as in the state tournament from that same spot.
As Biggins gets in off the glass, he is a bunny hopper. As it's 85-76. Dobal can shoot it from anywhere in this gym if he'd like. He's going to drive in, put one up off the glass, left it short, his own rebound, and putback goes, though. Janoop Dobal cuts it to 7. What does Intern have to do in these final 9 minutes, Alec, to keep this lead?
Well, it's a lot of that, putting pressure on the rim, even though it didn't work on that possession. Keep putting pressure on the rim with guys like Biggins that have been able to beat their defender, as it looks like Lindstrom's foot was on the line. Just keep putting pressure on the basket and keep setting up guys like Salnave and Daniels from the perimeter. But other than that, just keep putting pressure on the basket. Obviously keep attacking the boards as they've done so well for this game. I mean, they're up to 18 offensive rebounds in this game. Just keep doing what you're doing, and then on defense, could definitely show up a little bit more on the perimeter, but have to like what you're seeing on the offensive end and the defensive end.
Here's Biggins. Feeds to the corner. It's Salnave denied at the rim. WCT playing excellent defense here in the second half. They almost turn it over again. Extra pass. Wells drives, feeds, blocked out of bounds. And it'll stay with WCT.
I think Wells wanted a foul there. He definitely got some contact, but he might have initiated himself.
Well, there's a case for both. Here's Savoy off to the inbound. Drives in, spins, lays off the glass. No. Rebounded by Biggins, and the smallest guy in the crowd gets the rebound. Biggins stops, feeds, Salnave corner 3, no, rebound. Hall, and that one tipped out of bounds. It'll last touched by Emmett Hall.
Yeah, nice timing by Wells. Just was able to tip it off, and I was surprised they got off the hand of Hall as well.
Good defense as Savoy drives, kicks. Shot no good, but he was fouled, and he's got 2 at the lineup coming.
Yeah, if WCT wants to come back and win this game, Ryan Savoy is going to have to be playing at his best as that third option behind Dubal and Wells. He's done it pretty well so far tonight, and this fourth quarter hasn't been as active. Granted, only 2 minutes in, but Savoy is a really important piece to this offense.
Savoy misses the first. He's got 1 more, and he knocks it down. Again, for as big as Intern's led, they've not really controlled at points. Under 8 to play. Here's a 3. Alexander steps into it. No. Rebound. Ball comes soaring in for it. Wells feeds. Savoy passes up on a 3. Steps back. Shot fake. 3. Oh, yeah! What a shot from Ryan. Savoy cuts the lead to a single possession.
Yeah, did it himself on that one. Got the flyby and made that shot look easy.
Here's Salnave. Nice jitterbug to the lane. Here is Savoy. Gets a screen from Marsh. And what is the call here?
So 3 seconds on Intern, so that'll be a free throw on the ball.
Ooh, that's a bad penalty to take at this. It's a bad call to take at this point.
Although at the same time, you don't hate a stoppage at this point. Although you don't want to put Wells at the free throw line, and that's why, because he's so good. But it also gets Leon Daniels back in the game. He'd been sitting at that scorer's table for a while. So he finally gets his opportunity to come back into the game.
Dobal gets a bump from Peters. They get it to Zion Marsh in the corner. He drives, puts one up off the glass. No. Rebound, Harris. Here comes Salnave. Feeds to the corner. They get it to Biggins, who found a lane and lays it in. How did that just happen for Biggins?
Yeah, he kind of leveraged the help off of him to kind of get a good look himself.
As the ball lays it in.
He just kind of went. He leaned up against the first man as the other one was kind of sagging off and just drove right past him.
Noah Harris with it here. Puts one up. Couldn't put it in. Rebounded by Savoy. Savoy kicks. Marsh thought about it. He's going to feed Dobal. Deep three-pointer. Left it short. That was from way downtown.
Yeah, not entirely sure if that was the shot that WCT needed. I like the idea of being a change of pace, but not sure if that was the moment for it.
Salnave denied! What a block from Savoy! Here comes Savoy, trying to do it all himself. Lays it up, no good. Dobal the rebound. And then he threw it away. WCT almost stole it back, and then there's a whistle. I'm going to get a foul on Andre Wells. And it's a take foul.
That's his fourth, which is pretty big in this point of the game. But, yeah, even bigger is the fact that they get to go to the free throw line and the take foul. I think that's the first time, at least the first time that I've seen it called this year, maybe the first time at all this year.
I've been here for 3 years, and I've never seen it. As the first one's good. It's a 5-point game, and WCT just gave back the point that Intern gave them on the Wells free throw on the 3-second. Here's Leon Daniels. Step back, three, no, a little too strong. Here's Dobal with the dribble moves. Steps back. Trying to take Daniels to school. Dobal drives, Euro to the lane, and he's fouled. Very close to a travel.
Yeah, definitely. He kind of got caught on the opposite leg. Just had to kind of put it up, and a good job of drawing the contact. And now that we have a stoppage with Dobal at the line, I can finally go into that Ace Bailey light kind of comparison a little bit more. And since, you know, off the when I just say it like that, it seems a little preposterous. But the shot making, he's able to pull up from anywhere. He's really comfortable shooting from deep. The athleticism, the length, definitely a little thin. Could use some more muscle there, but that's what going to college for multiple years is for. And the athleticism, like we kind of already talked about, that two-hand dunk. And his handle is still developing. That's another thing with Ace Bailey that's still developing for him as he knocks down both free throws. But it seems like the ceiling is really sky high for Janut Dubal. And King Rice just keeps kind of finding these guys that have really high ceilings. There was Abdi Bashir last year, and this year, Dubal.
Bashir's going to be playing at Kansas State as Biggins tries, fouled on a two-point attempt, and he'll go to the line.
That's 5 on Wells.
Thought about a timeout, some timeout talk for a second.
I think the officials accidentally misinterpreted one of the signs from the scorer's table as a timeout, even though it wasn't. We're still 22 seconds away from that.
A fast-moving game, 90-87. And the first one rolls in for Biggins. He's had himself a strong night. 18 through the first 3 quarters. Hit both free throws there. And the lead's now up to 5. Wells has been kind of quiet in this fourth quarter. Here's Dobal. Couldn't get by. Salnave, he'll try a 3. Dobal, no! Here's Salnave, he'll try, no. Rebounded by Wells, who's playing with those 5 fouls. Wells steps back. He'll try a 3, couldn't cut it. And the rebound with under 5 to play to Salnave. Here's Biggins, flips, Harris, 3, knocks it down. Here's Dobal. Almost lost his dribble. And almost threw it in the backcourt, saved by Savoy. Savoy working on Alexander. Spins, lays, no. Rebound, put back, no. Rebounded by Daniels. He flips. Biggins, a 3. Oh, my! The lead is 11 for the Intern helpers. Here's Wells. Feeds. Marsh. Spinning. Laying. No. Rebound is to Harris. Here's Salnave, who's going to drive. Kick all the way out. I don't know why he did that. Threw it right to Peters. Here's Wells. Lost it. Both teams a little sloppy over the last two possessions. Harris. Patterson. Lays it in. That's actually Alexander. And it's a 13-point game with the final and a timeout for WCT. We'll be right back. Dan Yuzerski, Alec Krauthamel. WCT down by 13. They need a miracle comeback in the final 3:42 of this game. Here's Wells at the foul line. Kicks. Savoy fakes on the three. He's going to step back to the top of the key. Here's Marsh. Drives off the glass and in. Boy, did they need that. Marsh cuts it to 11.
Yeah, absolutely. They needed that one. Just getting straight to the basket, an easy bucket. Now they need stops.
Here's Daniels, corner three, no. Rebound, Salnave. His putback is good with 3:05 to play.
And once again, the offensive glass, they've been able to win this battle all night. They get it again there.
Here's Wells. Oh, nice move inside. He lays it in. ACI Robbins, Destin Stearns is the late night game. Here's Funchess. He's had a nice game tonight. His step back mid-range is pure. Charles Funchess has showed out tonight. Here's Wells. Drives, floats, no. Rebound by Biggins, and with 2:25 to play, it looks like Intern is going to get their second straight win.
Yeah, coaching staff telling them to slow it down, take some time off the clock, and preserve this lead.
Another great defensive performance by them. As the layup is no good, the ball, the rebound. Trying to go coast to coast with it. Feeds, Peters, do they need a three here? Yes, they do, and they get it. So door still slightly open with 1:50 to play.
Shot hasn't really fallen for Peters at the same rate that it did last week. He was terrific last week, I believe, against CVGP. He had 6 threes, but he's been good in other aspects of the game tonight.
As Daniels lays it in. Just the inability to get stops for WCT tonight as we approach 90 seconds to play has done them in. Jump ball is going to be called.
Oh, no, I think they got Haddon on a foul. It got Wells in the face.
Yeah, it is a foul. Dave's messed us up a couple of times tonight.
He's just doing his best like we are.
Yeah. I have some pretty big shoes to fill tonight, and a foul. That's going to go on Salnave.
And that's going to send WCT to the free throw line already in the bonus. So definitely a strategy you want to follow if you're WCT on offense. Try to get some contact. Obviously, you want to target a score, but if you can get some contact, you could get some shots at the free throw line when the clock is stopped.
So it'll be Janupto ball to the line for 2. Dobal gets them both. Even in a loss, he's played excellent tonight.
It definitely has.
As it'll be Leon Daniels with the ball. It's been him and Dobal matching up tonight. Here's Ahmad Biggins. He's going to drive. Looking for somewhere to go. He lays it up. No good. Rebound and a shot clock violation with under 60 seconds to go.
Still a little bit of a chance here. I mean, it is a 10-point game, and this is the WCT team that can really get hot quickly. They're a bit of a microwave scoring team, of course, led by Wells and Duvall. So, door's still lightly open.
And you can't do that if you're Wells. Wells got to put something up. Here's Marsh. 3. Top key. No. Rebound. Oh, what a save by Savoy with 48.8 to play.
Yeah, pretty timely play by him. Smart play, just throwing it off the defender's legs to get out of bounds.
Here's Marsh. This is a 2. It's good. And that the clock ran a little bit longer there. Here's Haddon. He missed. Here comes Dobal. Dobal's they got to put up a 3. It's going to be Peters who takes it and makes it. And it's a 5-point game, 5-0 run for WCT.
Once again, this team can get hot really quickly, and it was certainly helped. Haddon kind of forced a layup. Not exactly the best decision there if you want to take some time off the clock. I'm sure he was looking for the kill shot there. But, again, this WCT team can get hot really quickly. We're seeing it here. They've been able to knock down some threes, and now it's all about defense. We'll see 5-second difference between shot and game clock. We'll see when they start fouling. I don't know if they can play it straight up. I don't believe they're still a foul away from putting intern helpers in the bonus. So it's going to be full strategizing time for Josh Peters in the huddle for his defense.
They'll inbound it here. And they very quickly foul. So Salnave will go to the line with 28.2 to play. No, it's.
Yeah, still have one more foul to give. So we'll see if they take that foul immediately or if they wait a little bit. They gave it immediately because they had to get a foul away from the bonus. And also taking that timeout also advances the ball in midcourt. So that was definitely a big one there. And they can also throw it into the backcourt to take some more time off the clock.
It'll be Daniels to inbound. They have nowhere to go. And do they turn it over? They do. And then Savoy threw it right to Daniels. And they have to foul now. Savoy was in no man's land. But after a gift, they couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, his momentum was taking him out of bounds. Kind of had no choice but to try to find someone. And Daniels was right there for the steal, and now he'll have a chance to potentially help salt this game away.
He's at the led all scorers for Intern going into the fourth and knocks down the first free throw there.
I'm sure the defensive strategy for Intern helpers, no threes. You'll take a 2, especially if it draws some more time off the clock.
Misses. He makes it. WCT's got to hurry. It's going to be Wells. Feeds. Peters steps off. Now tries a 3. No. Rebound comes to Dobal. He'll put one up quickly. Airball it, and that's going to do it. The Intern helpers are over 500 for the first time in their team's history. They improve to 3-2 and take out the WCT Warriors by a score of 108-101.
It's a fantastic team victory for Intern helpers. I mean, the defense, the rebounding was all there tonight. Really a win that you can look back on as a coaching staff and a team and really be proud of.
Yeah, and you got to give credit to Leon Daniels and Ahmad Biggins, who were really a two-man show, and Intern helpers are now 2-0 in the Lateef Harris era.
Oh, you're really calling it an era now. Nice.
It is an era. It's back-to-back wins, and I tell you what, this Intern helpers team is better than a lot of people have given them credit for so far. As we'll be back with the star of game number 1 just shortly after this JSBL Hoops YouTube stream. Here with tonight's star of game number 1, Leon Daniels. Leon, you guys are now 3-2 on the year, 2-0 this week. You guys seem to be continuing to play better. How is the team gelling right now?
I think we're coming together pretty good. We've been missing. I think this is probably like the first week we all here. So that's why we got 2 wins, 2 good wins at that. And we're just going to continue building and trying to, build the chemistry and continue winning.
28 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. You had 5 steals tonight. What was helping you get through this game on the defensive end?
That's just I used my defense for offense. So I knew I had a tough matchup tonight, and I had to bring it on both ends, and it just got me going. We came out with the win. That's all that matters. Getting
to go up against Mama's Janoop Dobal. What was it like playing against a physical specimen like him?
Oh, it was a great matchup. It's always fun playing against competition. That's why I came to this Pro-Am, this league, and it's been showing me nothing but good runs and good competition.
So you mentioned the Pro-Am. You're here now. Do you have any plans for the upcoming season?
Yeah, I'm trying to get back out there. That's why I'm playing this summer. I took like a year off. I had a kid, so I'm getting back in the swing of things, and I'm looking forward to next season's coming up, either overseas or here in the TBL.
Congratulations, Leon, on the win, on the kid, and a great game tonight. Thanks for stopping by for the interview.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You as well. Tonight's star, game 1, Leon Daniels, as we wrap it up. Intern helpers win this one, 108.